Oh, hey, bitch. Listen, I just came down here to run my mouth for a quick second. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about a whole lot. All right, go ahead and fix your coffee and your tea and stuff, child. Go on, get yourself together. I'm just here to just chat with you for a little piece, okay? Get you through whatever you trying to do today. Is you over there cleaning up? What you doing? Okay, is you over there cleaning up in that baby room? What you doing over there? Well, listen, I just wanted to come and let you know, child. You know, Basketball Wives done got canceled, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, basketball has been canceled, and Miss Shani O'Neal then came down to the internet to let the people know that she moving forward. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe basketball wives is just something she tired of at this point. Ain't like she was really on the show. Maybe it's the fact that she's finally realizing she's the pastor's wife and she got to move on. Like I don't know. But that's what she came down to the people and said. It's mainly about growth, though. That's what I can tell you. Matter of fact, let me pull it up for you. Let me get it for you, just so you can hear exactly what it is she had to say. Okay, so let me get it. Here you go. Right here, all right. Now she said, "Basketball Wives update." You heard it here first. Basketball Wives will not be returning, and she thanks BET, VH1, Shed Media, and to everyone who supported this chapter from the very beginning. I'm just telling you what she said, honey.
Everybody, I wanted to jump on here real quick before the news got out and people try to be messy and make this something that it's not. This is just called growth and,
Okay.
moving forward. I'm announcing today that Basketball Wives will not be returning. Since its launch in 2010, this franchise has been the defining part of my professional journey. What began as a vision to tell my story and stories of women like me grew into a cultural movement that created opportunity, sparked conversation, and honestly amplified voices that deserve to be heard. I'm so grateful to VH1, Truly Original, Shed Media, and BET for their partnership and belief in a show that left a long-lasting mark on entertainment. Most importantly, I'm thankful to the women who trusted me with their stories and the creatives in front of and behind the camera who helped bring this vision to life season after season. Growth requires evolution and knowing when to honor a chapter while preparing for what's next. While this journey is concluding, I'm actively developing new projects that align with my personal and professional purpose, continuing to create meaningful opportunities for women across media and business. Basketball Wives will always be a cherished part of my legacy and a foundation of my career as a producer. Thank you for your support from day one, and I look forward to this next season of leadership, creativity, and expansion, and sharing it with you.
All right, Miss Shani. Shani done told you what's going on. She is moving forward. Okay, she is working on some other projects. So good for Miss Shani. But Shani, I'll tell you, honey, you really didn't even have to edit this video. You didn't have to read from no cue cards or nothing. You could have just spoke from the heart and we still would have understood it all together. However, it's okay. You're letting the people know that you're moving forward. And you know what? I'll say this. There have been times that I have enjoyed Basketball Wives and times that I could not stand a lot of these ladies. Okay. But I will say thank you. Thank you for the entertainment over the past few years that you have given to us. Now, I have seen some posts that were made by some of the Basketball Wives, i.e., Miss Drea. Drea said, I don't know, Shani, maybe one more giddy up, maybe like a farewell dinner, but filmed. Our co-executive produced it. Now, you know what? You know what, Miss Drea, my wholeness is deleted. That's kind of cute. I like that. I think that would be nice because I feel like there were seasons that we didn't really get a reunion from the show, but it would be so dope in my personal, regardless of how a lot of us feel about Basketball Wives at this point. I do feel like it gave us a lot over the past few years, and it would be really dope to see. I'm thinking about, I feel like they may have done it with Martin and some other shows where, they bring people back and they talk about certain moments in the show or whatever the case is and how the ladies or the people may have grown from said situation or what was going on in their minds. Like, I think it would be kind of cool to do. But, however, I'm going to say this. Don't do it if you ain't finna bring OG back for a little piece. Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me. If we're going to do it, we got to bring everybody. Okay, we got to bring everybody. There was another lady, I can't think of her name at this time. She had the short hair. She was on the show earlier, and y'all know who I'm talking about, so write it down in the comments. But it was like earlier on, and she was on the show with Timmy. And let me tell you, Miss Ma'am, oh, I hate that I can't think of her name at this time. She had the short hair. She used to get in Susie's ass. She didn't hesitate to get in Evelyn's. And I love that. I wish she would have been on the show a little bit more so we could see just how good her and Tammy's relationship got or didn't get. But she was definitely giving Tammy's energy. And you know what? Because I'm going to have to pause, girl. I'm going to have to put you on hold so that I can go and look up who this lady is and then come back and let you know, because I really hate that I can't think of her name right now. Hey, you still there? Okay, good. Listen, her name was Tasha Marberry. That was her name, honey. Tasha used to be over there getting in the girls' it's just a little piece, okay? And yeah, I think she should bring them all back. And just have a little round table discussion, just have a little chit chat. And you know what? If she does that, I won't be too mad, okay? What I will say is bring back the people that were very instrumental in making Basketball Wives what it is today, okay? Some people may not have served on the show more than a season. Like, I don't think Angel Love, who is now over there on Married to Medicine, I don't think that she was on the show that long, but I can't say she made that strong of an impact. But her being a part of the show still, played a role. But I do think that, in my opinion, OG made a bigger impact. It was a part of one of y'all biggest, most controversial seasons in my personal. So I do feel like it would be dope as Basketball Wives come to a close if you are able to bring OG back and maybe have this sit down between Evelyn, Lozada, and her, and to sort everything out now that years have passed, right? Possibly. But I will say the moral of the story for me is the fact that Drea, girl, you not too far off a little piece, okay? I think that'll be cute. And you're a co-executive producer. I think Shani would like that. Maybe, honey. She might not. Ain't no telling. But y'all know Laura Govan and got up to 200. Laura said, no, Basketball Wives LA ain't over until we all have one more showdown. Girl, a showdown at your age? That's what I said, girl. I know. She talking about something in real life. So she done added Shawnee. She done added Drea, her sister. She done added Tammy Roman, Jackie Christie, the big three, whoever the hell that is. Is that Brooke? Who all is the big three? Would that be Brooke, Brandy, and Malaysia? Would that be the big three? Or who was over here the past season sitting up here acting like they was a big three? Brooke, Brandy, and I don't know who else y'all fill it in, because I feel like it was like a big three or whatever. Now, I don't see her adding Evelyn or Jennifer. And whenever I think of Basketball Wives, those are the first two ladies I think about to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm kind of like, now, Miss Laura, you can't come back if you ain't talking about bringing Evelyn and Jennifer. I don't care how y'all feel about that. Okay, now y'all let me know. Jennifer got this drama going on with that husband of hers, and then people trying to call her out for selling her items over there on eBay. But girl, listen, we headed to a recession if we ain't already in one. If that lady want to sell her clothes over there wherever she want to sell them at, let that lady sell her stuff where she want to sell them at. Okay, it ain't like she out here doing something illegal to get the coin. Everybody could use a little coin right now. That's how I feel. Like, you ain't got to be over there dragging on that lady like that. Okay, she made her choices in life, and she gonna have to deal with them choices in life that she chose. Now listen, I'm coming back because I want to know, what show would you like to see Miss Jennifer on? Do you think Jennifer really can get with these ladies over here on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Could y'all see her over there? Let me know. I know a lot of people don't really like Jennifer and haven't liked Jennifer, but I've kind of taken a liking to Jennifer. For me personally, okay? Feel how you want to feel. Girl, I don't care how you feel. Girl, but you ain't got to talk about me or treat me mean, okay? But understand, I've taken a liking to her a little bit since she got with her partner. Now, I may not like some of the actions and the things that he has done, right? However, what I do like is the fact that she got a bit more bolder once she got somebody, okay? Maybe somebody that had her back or whatnot. And she started dishing back to those ladies the same SHI that they was giving to her. Because one thing about it, I don't like when people at these big grown ages feel like they can forever be bullies and think that somebody not gonna stand up and say something, okay? Now, some of y'all at y'all big grown age gonna sit up there and like a bully, then somebody gonna clap you up out of here, okay? Everybody not gonna deal with that. Somebody gonna put you in the headlock. You understand? But as far as her, she just started to get y'all back a little of that energy. And let me tell you, as we speak on Miss Jennifer and these Basketball Wives, honey, let me say this. Did y'all get into part 2? No, I'm likely not gonna do a separate video, honey, for part 2. I gave y'all part 1. She ain't saying too much of part 2, but don't hold me to it, because I'll tell y'all something and I change my mind. Y'all know it's all on my mood, honey. But listen, when we listened over there on this podcast, part 2, and Evelyn's daughter going out having this child with the game, let me tell y'all something. I don't think Jennifer was too far off about that daughter. If Evelyn was so much out here in the streets, it was giving your daughter was a latchkey kid. Okay, just a little piece. That's why Shanice hard on herself right now, just a little bit, because I feel like Shanice never wanted to end up like her mama, and guess what? She done ended up like her mama. And we done sat up here and we done watched this damn interview, and the daughter says at some point, one of the things was that she thought the game was gonna change, honey. And the game already said in so many words he wasn't changing SHI. I said, girl, ain't that something? A lot of y'all be getting these situationships and thinking that you finna change a man when he already told you what it was. Okay? Don't get nobody too many times to play in your damn face. Cause you can do bad all by yourself, and you can do even better all by your motherfucker. So do you understand? So don't sit up here like y'all need to put a time limit on how long y'all finna let these folk play in your damn face. Okay? That's one. Don't be that hard out for some zick. You understand? Okay, listen to them people, because they may be saving you. All right, because Shanice could have saved her damn self. Just a little bit, then sitting up there on the couch watching her mama go back and forth talking about all the time she be on the phone with this girl's a baby daddy. Why is you calling this man late night and he in the studio? You, ma'am, should not know that he's in the studio. She over here treating the game as if he was her son-in-law. No, that's your daughter's baby daddy. Why you keep leaning on him for advice and stuff? Like, you ain't got no other friends. I'm a little concerned about you. And Evelyn, we already know you are a bit convoluted when it comes to friends. Girl, don't put your hands on me. Girl, you better tell her something. I'm just letting you know. You better tell her something, honey. You better let her know, girl. Don't come around here with it. Cause I ain't doing that to her. I'm just sharing my thoughts, just a little piece, okay? And matter of fact, I'm on the phone with you, so she shouldn't hear too much of what I'm saying anyway. You know what I'm saying? But we know that you be a little convoluted when it comes to friends. Just a little piece, girl. You won't be understanding friendships because you over here developing a strong ass friendship with your daughter's baby daddy, but you over here acting like you don't know his baby mama. I'm not gonna play with you today or tomorrow. Is what I'm not going to do. Okay, but it's cute, I guess. Y'all try to keep it all in the family and make sure that little young, adorable baby boy has a good family unit. So whatever works, works. You know what I'm saying? Shanice had to tell the game at some point he didn't get enough hugs. And I'm like, Shanice, baby, that definitely was a shot at his mama. But listen, I'm with you when you're right. And he had to acknowledge that too. And he started talking about, oh, we got all the good things. I got all the J's and I got all the games and stuff. Yeah, baby, because your mama was overcompensating for the lack of time that she was giving your ass. And let me tell you, I'm going to fault your mama a little piece. Right, but I'm also fault America. Everything for me gonna always go back to America. Everything for me gonna always go back to black and white. Okay, and it's definitely gonna lend itself over to the capitalism. All right, y'all want people to sit up here and have babies so much so that you're willing to give them $1,000, baby. $1,000, girl. What the hell that's gonna do? Okay, $1,000 just to sit up here and have a child, and it's gonna cost way more than that. Just going through the process of pregnancy and then delivery, and you better hope they don't try to push you into a damn cesarean section that's gonna make you pay even more money. And then y'all ain't out here trying to make sure the people have the adequate health care because they got to sit up here and show up for work. Girl, it's too many factors. It's too many factors. You know how the neck bone connected to this bone, then the hip bone connected to that bone. I'm gonna need y'all to connect the dots and the damn bones when you sit up here trying to tell people what they need to have when it comes to children. Because it's a whole lot of factors, okay? And at this point in America, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, it really ain't no job that's safe. Okay, maybe if you own your own company and you like an attorney, maybe a piece of a doctor or something like that, honey. But if you're not doing that, okay, it's not a single job out here that's really safe anymore. Y'all could be working for corporate for 10 years and then whoop, there it is. Okay, here's your papers. Get to walking. Hello? So it's nothing out here that's really safe for the people, and y'all need to give the people a little more. In my personal, but like I said, it was a lot that was discussed over here in this interview with Drop the Low. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna fast forward and just play some of it. Okay, I'm not gonna get into this whole thing. And like I said, if I feel like doing a full video on it, I'll do it at a later time. I know a few of you guys have already asked me that on a previous video. But listen, child, I'm gonna give y'all a little piece. Let's just look at it for a little piece and see what's going on. Okay.
I'm being honest. You're absolutely beautiful. I feel like I'm God's gift to the earth. Look.
Now see, this is what he be pissing me off. And you know what? the fact that you think that you are God's gift to the earth, it lends itself to me that you think you could just move and operate and do whatever the hell it is that you want to do. Therefore, also including playing in her damn face. But then I also feel like everybody should think that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Shanice would have thought more of that she's God's gift to this earth, then she wouldn't have got herself tied up with your ass, okay? Just a bit is what I'm thinking about. But then I just hear that and it just kind of like bothers me. You know? I just... Shanice, I'm disappointed. I saw you, and this may sound bad, but because we didn't know a whole lot about you, I only knew whatever it was that your mama told us about you. Like, I just thought higher of you then. You know what I'm saying? Anything. And clearly you thought that of yourself because I see you having a hard time with the dynamics and things of y'all relationship. But you know, earlier on, Evelyn had asked him something about like, if Shanice had got married, like how would he feel if his son had a stepdad or whatever the case was? And he was like, well, you know, I want to meet the person, but as far as her getting married in a year or so, like I doubt that. I said, oh, you don't know what this girl got going on for you to just doubt she gonna get married. He goes, I was like, oh, I'm just saying, like, you know, I just feel like when you got a certain baby daddy like me, like some dudes not even gonna take that route. They're not even gonna go that route. And all I heard was trap. I'm not gonna hold y'all at all. All I heard was trap. So, and then the other part is like, well, sir, a man that really genuinely wants to be with her, they ain't gonna give a fuck who you is. Honestly, because you don't control that. I heard trap and I heard control. Because once they see that he's that type of baby daddy and he's on that type of energy and on that type of time, they know that they ain't gonna be able, I guess, to play with her or whatever, because they'll be around his child. I don't know, girl. Okay. Whatever he think. Good luck. Okay, let's keep going.
In the looks department, of course, y'all gonna pick me apart. Great, but
he was talking about in the looks department. Okay. I mean, I don't think Game is a bad looking guy at all. I just think some of the actions and things that we've learned about the Game aren't cute. You feel what I'm saying? And I hate the fact that he's in his mid-40s and he's still wearing a grill, but I'm going to let y'all do what y'all want to do because I also don't like to stifle people at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Because, hell, when I get to that age, I'm probably going to feel like I'm in my mid-30s. You feel what I'm saying? Because once upon a time, I used to think that 30s was so old, 40s was so old. And as you get older, honey, you realize it's really not that damn old, girl. I just seen a 60-something-year-old lady fold this 30-something-year-old girl up. Okay, and you know I like to be some white on white crime. Okay, the way she told that lady up outside that bar, I said, you go ahead, you grandmama. Don't put the whipping on that lady like that. That's how I'm trying to be at 60. You see what I'm saying? I know it's probably, you know, I understand at 60, you shouldn't be out here throwing them hands, you know? But also at the same time, if that lady feel like she in her 30s and she want to throw them hands. Because honestly, that young lady tried her. She told her, run up over here and get you some of this. Okay, come on and get this. Hey, I said, come on and get this. Come on, Nene.
Girl. Motherfucker, you got pretty around sex me. Let her go, man. Let her go and get a taste of this. Let her go and get a taste of this shit. Let her go. Come on, bitch.
But listen, she told her come over there and get it, and she gave her what she was looking for. She beat her. Okay, but anywho, let's get back because that's off topic. Let's see what this man talking about.
Thank you. But I did not think that my son was going to be that beautiful. I just didn't think it.
I didn't know.
So you think you ugly? How you keep sitting up here complimenting this girl, telling her how gorgeous she is, but then you turn around and say that you didn't think your child was going to be that beautiful? I cringe. Your other children are beautiful. That daughter, his daughter, to me, I don't care what nobody's saying, that is a gorgeous little girl. And she looked just like her daddy. And when he talked about how Tiffany be in her feelings, listen, if I'm pissed off with you, I would be mad too. I would be mad too because she looked just like her daddy, but she's a gorgeous little girl.
What it would be, you know, like I didn't know what it would be. Like I look at him and I'm just like,
why? What you mean you didn't know? I mean, I guess you grandma.
Oh my God. And I thought with Shaw, I say this all the time, I just knew I was going to have a boy with colored eyes, right? Because back in the day, you didn't find out, you know, what you were having. You just had the baby and it's like, surprise, you have a girl, boy. It's not like it is now. And it's like, in a weird way, I feel like my grandson is the boy that I thought I was going to have with her. And he is just so special and beautiful. And
he is. He's a cute little boy.
I wouldn't change anything about him. And I know, like, he's funny. He's crazy. He likes playing in the refrigerator. Like, he's everything.
Yeah. You know, everybody's like, you know, you're supposed to be biased to your child. But I just feel like even if he wasn't my child, I mean, and people come up to you all the time. I'm pretty sure they come up to you. People tell me just like how beautiful of a child that is. And they don't have to do that. But for me, when I look at my son, I say every time, like, I'm so glad that I'm your dad.
Yeah.
I bet you are. He is I don't know if you have seen their child together, but I tell you, the little boy is adorable. I definitely can see him doing some modeling and things, but I really hope that as he gets older, he takes after his damn mama. And that's something else that the game talks about how he feels like and he really believes that his child is going to be okay based on who his mama is. And I'm like, yeah, mama, not grandmama over there patting the pussy. Not the grandmama, and also not the damn daddy. Please be just like your mama. Another question was asked by Shanice about what are some things that they can change, as their son gets older to not see women in one particular light, right? And she also highlighted something that I can appreciate. She was like, a lot of times men say, oh, I feel like you're up here as a woman. And she said, if you feel like I'm up here, then you need to be up there too. If you think I'm a diamond, then you also need to be a diamond. But also I feel like sometimes you got to hold them to that standard. You got to also know that you're a diamond, because if you know that you're a diamond, you ain't finna fuck with something that's not. Okay? So sometimes, as much as it is fault on the men, because they can be amazing at manipulating, okay? But you also got to know yourself. That's why I feel like when y'all be out here being single, it don't have to be a drag. You ain't got to be out here crying and moping all over the damn place because you ain't got no damn man. You need to spend more time with your damn self, realize what it is, who you are, what you want, and what you don't want, and what you will or will not damn tolerate. But that's just my personal girl. Y'all do what y'all want to do.
I'm glad that I'm your dad.
What does showing up mean in this stage of your life at age 46?
Well, showing up where?
In life.
Just
for yourself. For yourself, actually.
For myself, I show up for myself every single day. One person.
Next.
Very defiant and defensive, and stubborn. But I think that I dealt with it with you because I dealt with it with her.
Yikes.
You're
Bullshit.
Yeah,
You fucking
I try to
work
get
out.
ahead of that. I don't want to be a part of that like New Year, New Me, and then quit in fucking February.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something that you could start working on for 2026.
I'm on it.
Not being stubborn.
You guys remind me of each other a lot.
We tell each other that every other day.
And when I met you, actually, you reminded me of my mom a lot. Obviously, two Sagittariuses, but very defiant and defensive, and stubborn. But I think that I dealt with it with you because I dealt with it with her. Yeah. You're a little bit more because you're a man, obviously, so naturally. But I think that it was not as easy to deal with it with you, but it was familiar because I dealt with it with you, or even with my dad a little bit, actually. Yeah. So
yeah, we're similar in a lot of ways. Sometimes Shaw's like, you just want to understand what he's saying or whatever, and I'm just like, well, I kind of do, So I don't know if it is a sign thing or whatever, but
I think it's a sign.
Before you talk, see, this would get on my damn nerves with my mama, right? If I'm coming to you with an issue, and you often go to his point of view and understand how he feels versus understanding how I feel, I'm going to feel like you're committed to misunderstanding me. And that's a fucking problem. And it's going to make me not want to confide in you if every time I come to you, I'm wrong, but you're not realizing and seeing the damn gaps into how he could be wrong. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like, especially as much as you damn talk to him on the phone. Like, I feel a way that you have a stronger relationship with him than it seems your daughter has.
Right. And you know how it is with signs. Like, we kind of like stick together when we find somebody that's a Sagittarius. No, but anybody. Like, too, if somebody was a Cancer and they met a Cancer, they'd be like, oh, no shit, you're a Cancer too. You kind of like get with your people.
That's so silly.
But huh?
That's silly.
It's not silly. That's why me and Grandma caught a vibe off the bat.
Not him calling her grandma.
But I was like, this little lady, like, yeah, like she's my type of person.
You don't want to know what my grandmother asked?
What she asked?
She goes, so Ete, he wears that all the time?
My grill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I like it.
She's a grandma, so she don't know. She was like,
she's 70. They
Yeah,
don't really get the
It's
vibe.
Spanish.
It's a little boosie in it.
Yeah.
And I said no that time, or when I said nah, we ain't doing that, he'll get it when he looks back and watch this.
Okay, so he'll have an understanding.
For sure, he'll just be like, my dad was like very like non-negotiable.
Yeah. Hopefully he has it sooner than 50.
Well, shit, I won't be here.
No, you got to be here to see the understanding. Okay, one habit you're actively unlearning.
One habit I'm actively unlearning. To stop womanizing.
Ooh.
I think I swear. I'm literally, that is the thing that I am the most focused on outside of parenting.
Okay.
Bullshit. Like when I'm so selfish with my intent, with and have been with women. Like and I think a lot of men do it. We're just not forthcoming, not as transparent. We hold one little relationship over here, jump into another one without letting it.
But this is so interesting for him to say this, because I feel like earlier in the interview, he contradicted his damn self. When he made it seem like he's very honest, he gonna tell you up front, a lot of dudes, they gonna be PUSSYs and they not gonna tell you right up out the gate how they moving, how they operate and stuff. But then now you're over here saying that you're working on not being a womanizer and you're working on being a bit more transparent. Well, then that contradicts what you said earlier, and it just confirms to me that you just be out here giving damn fluff. And unfortunately for Shanice, she just took it.
This person know our true current status, and and that's just what that looks like. As far as like mentally, physically.
That person is aware of our true current status. That right there, him saying that kind of confirms to me yet again the relationship or lack thereof that he had with Shanice was not a relationship. It was actually a situationship, and she was hoping for more. He literally kind of, played her, and it's disappointing because I think she's gorgeous. I do like her demeanor. She comes off to be very calm for the most part. Okay, I know a lot of people like to say otherwise about her, but it's like, girl, you could have been with so many other people. So many other people. But you know what? It is what it is. I feel like a lot of people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk. I feel like I made a mistake with my first baby daddy, but adore my oldest son, right? And then at some point in life, you may get it right, okay? But I will say, let Shanice's lesson be a lesson for other people that's tuned in and watching.
Like abusive, like that's not what I mean. I mean like just being selfish when it comes to like true intent when in the early stages.
Because you weren't clear with her on your true
One thing
intent.
that the public gets wrong about you.
Everything I say is a lie, right? Like I think that is fucking absurd. And you know what's and again, I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but the niggas that y'all like think are like telling the truth, or the niggas that y'all praising are pussy ass niggas. They just don't say anything, which might be cool.
This is the part that I was talking about. They don't say anything. But you just said that you're working on being a womanizer or not being a womanizer, right? That's what you just said. You're working on being more honest and transparent about your true intent. So to me, you're not too much different than them pussies you talking about. But we're going to keep going.
They don't say anything so that they can't be called a liar or a cap, or so that you do not know their true personality. A lot of these niggas don't talk or don't speak. They kind of got that Wizard of Oz shit going with them, right? Like they're behind the curtain, like, pushing these buttons and shit, and you're praising these niggas, but they pussy. And me, I'm very vocal about every aspect of who I am and every part of my life. I tell you, and you don't always like it, but you don't always like everything about your own life. And
I think he's telling the truth. I think there's truth in lie. I think there is truth in lie, for sure.
Than other artists. I'm more like humble than other artists. I'm the nigga you will see at Trader Joe's. I'm the nigga you will see running down the street. You know all my children's names because I told you them, and I was very like public with my fatherhood. You know who I am. You know where I'm from. You know which gang I chose to be in. You know like the history of my childhood and my
texting with certain people, and they don't know how to put a full sentence together.
This is Evelyn pretty much talking about how she feels like he's very in tune. He's good at writing. He knows when to use certain punctuations. And I just kind of feel away a little bit, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. It's making me a little uncomfortable because I'm like, damn, you pay attention to his text messages that much. I feel like that's stuff women do with the person that they really like. And I could be wrong, but it's like, girl, what? You be reading his messages like that? I feel like sometimes text messages aren't supposed to have that. Unless you trying to, give me a full detailed story. And at that point, if you got to do like a full paragraph, honey, just send me a voice note. And we ain't even got to worry about tone. We ain't got to worry about punctuations, honey. Just send me a voice note at that moment. But, okay, Evelyn, I guess, girl.
So when, we started doing the family thing and communicating on a consistent basis, I remember thinking he's very articulate and he writes very, very well, which is great. And
that's one thing like Lynette she was real like on it about like penmanship and how to, how to formulate words, how to speak to people. And you know what? To be honest, Tiff taught me a lot too. She's a school teacher.
I believe that.
And Tooken. When I met her, and she would correct me every time. And she'd be like, no, it's taken, brother. It's taken.
One promise you're making to all your kids.
Whew, I'm trying to stay alive, child. I'm trying to stay alive. And I say that a lot of people, will watch this and be like, well, think that it's easy. It's not. So I got to just be real, stay alive out this motherfucker. This Los Angeles. And these niggas, I'm just being honest with you. You guys are women, right? And died on it. Got shot, like knocked off his Harley, like shot 27 times at a motorcycle event. So it's like, if I'm 46 and I am alive, right, and I'm a gang member, and people say, well, why are you still gangbanging at 46? I'm not driving to Compton every day, putting my rag in my pocket and gangbanging, but I joined the gang, and this is California. It's blood in, blood out, right? And it's crazy because I'm black as shit, but I love to, but I don't see myself moving anytime soon.
Yeah. When are you going to take me to Compton?
Y'all see this type of shit?
Where's your hood?
When are we going to Compton? Where's your hood? I want to go there. I want to go to your hood. What the hell? What the hell, girl? What the hell? I'm trying to get to the portion where he talks about how he don't change diapers, and I just think that's so whack to me personally. Okay, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would you not want to change your child's diaper? I love when Shanice had pretty much told him, listen, at some point you're gonna probably need somebody to change your damn diapers if you make it up to that age, right? And the question is gonna be, did you change his? Why you want him to change yours? Hello, I am with Shanice on that. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, you got anything else to say before we wrap it up?
I think we Because my mother loves these kids so much.
Yeah.
And she loves you so much, and I love her so
She
much.
still
And
don't hug me like she still don't give me 2 hand hugs.
Lynette is
I love
My
listen.
mom
Lynette.
hug you like a homie.
I love Lynette.
Lynette is, Lynette had us at a party
Mm-mm.
and we
One
went and
second.
supported. And
If you go to her party, you ain't never been to a party till you've been. I know that he eating something
Here
organic
we go.
beef, rabbit food, and he looking at the moon and trying to figure out how it lines up with his day. And if he's with me, she know like ain't nothing gonna happen to him because that man's gonna die for that baby. So like she can go on to yoga or go work out and like do her thing. And I'm at the point now where I haven't even taken Blaze for I went on a walk, but I don't believe in taking kids from their mom too early because like they're just so little and precious. And it rang true. Remember I told you I don't change diapers? Have I changed one?
Mm-mm.
See, she don't like that shit, by the way.
No,
But-
I really feel like if you have a child and you are more than able, your hands are working, your fingers are fine, you have no arthritis, that you
I
are
agree.
more than able to wipe your help and wipe your child's ass too, if
Yeah.
you can wipe your own. Because you, when he's 50, let's say what are you going to be 112?
Yeah.
You might need someone to wipe yours.
I got Harlem.
Yeah, and God willing, he does it. But did you wipe his?
Yeah, no.
Like this is all it comes around.
Yeah, but I did tell you I don't change diapers from the beginning before he was born.
You
Did you think it was gonna change? Like I would actually like flip and like do it?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Not your mama laughing in your face. Whew, sheesh, capiche, honey. I can imagine what they arguments be like. Okay? Because why is you over here laughing? Ain't nothing about that funny. I'll be laying into him a little bit more as the mom, like, why are you not changing the diapers? Well, let me give you the perspective on how that makes a woman feel as a mother that has had 2 children. I understand you have 3, but at the same time, on the woman's side, you can't sit up here and say that you're working on these certain types of behaviors, but then you don't even want to change your own son's diapers. Like, that would piss me off. Because I feel like if you give them range to not want to change a damn diaper, then what else are they feeling like they don't want to do? That's a goddamn problem for me. Okay, I can't. And then the fact that she thought that it was going to change, I feel bad for Shanice a little piece and maybe not a whole lot. However, I think that she set herself up with this a lot because she thought a lot was going to change with their relationship dynamic. She thought a lot was going to change. And what else I heard from the previous interview was when he said, oh, when we got pregnant with little man, like it happened very, very quickly. So y'all wasn't even in that situationship long enough before you ended up getting pregnant with that child. He told you, okay, cool, he needed to process that. You cried, then came back, said, listen, I'm not changing no diapers. All of that gonna be on you. Child, who else said that? Nelly? Now this gonna be bad what I'm finna say. But BITCH, if you ain't gonna change no diapers, then I'm not changing them either. So get a fucking nanny and you gonna pay for it. I'm just saying, don't put your hands on me. I'm just letting you know. Okay? I'm just letting you know. And don't swing on me in the comments because I just might swing it back on y'all. It's all right? But understand, that's just how I'm feeling when it comes down to that, okay? Y'all can leave y'all thoughts down below on that madness of a situation. Okay, the next thing that I want to tap into is Sidora real quick, and then I'm gonna try to wrap this video up, baby. First of all, y'all know Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming back. Okay, I'm a little excited for this upcoming season. I cannot wait to see K Michelle. Okay, shout out to K Michelle. Looking forward to seeing K Michelle, how she filters into this group, how she flows into this group. I'm looking forward to seeing that dynamic, and I hope that we see enough of her and she's not just a friend of the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be the main cast members, who's the main peach holders. What are we getting with that? Okay. Yeah, and I know Pinky of Slutty Vegan is going to be a part of the season as well. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out. I can tell y'all right now, one thing I'm not going to like, girl, I'm not going to like Kelli coming for Drew. Y'all know how I feel about Drew. I do like me some Sidora. I know y'all say Miss Girl be up there lying. Don't put your hands on me, but you better give my girl Drew the same grace y'all be over there giving Stacey of Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. So if they all lied, then give my girl Drew grace to when you feel like she be up there lying too. But I tell you one thing she not lying about. Okay, and child, hey, this even happened before I even got a chance to taste a piece of a waffle down to the Sandy Springs. So it's very clear that she and Miss, what's her name? She and Miss Kelli of Real Housewives of Atlanta are beefing. Okay, first of all, they ended the season on a little piece of beef, and it looks like the season gonna pick up with more beef and still end with beef. As Miss Drew Sidora decided that she was gonna go over there to Kelli's restaurant down to the Sandy Springs, honey. Ooh, this some messy stuff right here. Ooh, this is messy, girl. This is messy. It's just messy, okay? She done went down to this lady's restaurant, and this is what she had to say. I'm gonna let Drew tell y'all, because like honestly, I'm not even going. I'm just gonna let Drew let y'all know what's going on.
Okay, I am so confused because I did not get the memo. My kids wanted chicken and waffles, so I came to support my girl. I get here, and it is a lockbox on the door. No one is here. No one's answering the phones. There is no one inside. Did anybody know about this? Because I didn't. I'm just trying to get my kids some chicken and waffles. And we were just at the grand opening a few months ago, so I'm confused. Yeah, okay, somebody help me out. I guess I gotta go to Waffle House.
Drew, baby, girl, I'm laughing at the audacity to go down to this lady's spot. I'm not laughing at the fact that her restaurant is closed. I will say Kelli has been dealing with a whole lot, y'all. From the husband, okay, first of all, the divorce to, the divorce, falling out with her ex-bestie, Miss Britt Edie, to dealing with this situation with Drew, to struggling to even get the restaurant open, to finally getting the restaurant open this past season, to turning around to, or at least this past summer, to turning around to having issues in her neighborhood, having to get into it with the lady from HOA, right? The HOA lady in the neighborhood, then turning around to the husband trying to stop the kids from being on the TV show, and then suing Bravo, to him now having him and his attorney go down to the shade room and other platforms to expose you for quote unquote stealing money. Like, Kelli going through a lot. And I really do like Kelli too. So I really hate to see these two ladies beefing at this particular time based on the previous season and how things play out. I am going to land on the side of Drew Sidora, period. Okay, is what I believe. But I do have to, see how things are going to play out ultimately at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But girl, this is crazy. And one more thing that I'm going to say before I get out of here, because I thought I was going to get out of here, child, and let you get back to your day. But actually, it's one more thing I want to touch on since we're talking about some Real Housewives, okay? Y'all know Potomac. Potomac is coming up on the end of the season, honey. But I will say this. They had a trip from hell. And I feel like with them having this trip from hell that was hosted by Miss Angel, y'all wanted to make sure that her reviews also gave hell, because that's what y'all went and did. Not y'all, but them people over there, okay? Them people over there done went to this lady's platform over, or at least went to Google, decided to put in all these negative reviews about her business, and I do think that's messed up. I think that's so shady. It's one thing for us to not like these housewives, but to take it that far to where you're trying to, affect their business. Let me tell you something. If the people feel like this poor trip was connected to Angel's business, then she'll lose business in general. She don't need y'all going over there to her reviews to add additional negativity over there. Like, y'all dislike this lady that damn bad? Dang. Like, girl, y'all had Ashley Darby coming to the front to speak out on this lady's behalf to tell y'all that y'all was doing too much. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to have to get Ashley up here so Ashley could share her thoughts. All right, child, we about to get into Ashley, but I'm going to have to go back because Miss Kelli done decided to come out and have some words for Miss Drew Sidora, honey. Yes, she did. But let's go ahead and get into what Miss Darby, okay, Miss Darby of it all had to say about Miss Angel.
Something else that I wanted to touch on because it's on my spirit and because I was talking about it publicly the other day. Mm-hmm. This backlash that is happening with Angel's business and people giving her bad reviews, who have never used her travel service, who don't know what it's like, who haven't. I mean, I think that's crossing a line. This is a television show, and while it is us talking about our lives and our dynamics, it's still not right to arbitrarily and falsely write bad Yelp reviews about something or someone or one event. Like, if you've used her travel service and it didn't live up to your expectations, fine. But just because you see it on the show, it's just not right to bombard her business with bad reviews and that are unwarranted. And having had the restaurant and experienced that firsthand, it's really not cool. It's not cool, y'all.
I agree. I think the people need to scoot back just a little bit. Just a little bit. I know these people give us their lives. I know it's a little piece of reality, child, but then we just take it too damn far all the periodically time. And I need some of the people to just scoot back. Y'all done had Miss Tia come out to defend her as well. So let us check out what it is that Tia had to say on behalf of her good friend. Now, this is what Tia says. She says, nothing prepares you for how cruel the internet can be when you choose to share your life publicly. Seeing what's happening to Angel, I feel compelled to say something. What happened in Colorado was unfortunate, but attempting to harm her business through false or malicious reviews crosses a line. This is a television show meant to entertain, to make you laugh, cry, and yes, sometimes I feel frustrated with us. What would compel someone to take it beyond? Okay, she says, albeit behind a TV screen, she says, Angel is a person first, a mother, a wife, and daughter, and a friend. Imagine if this were happening to your livelihood, tearing down a business you've never been a patron of. Haven't we taken this too far? The world is already quite a hard and difficult place. These shows are to offer an escape. The intention is not to create more harm and hate. So listen, would this apply to Drew Sidora for her going over there to Miss Girl's salon, Miss Girl's restaurant? I don't think it would apply to Drew, because I mean, it was already shut down. She was just highlighting what she saw, you know. But anywho, as far as Miss Angel, y'all wrong. But let me tell you who's more wrong, and y'all can leave your thoughts on this in the comments. Bravo, come to the front, please. NBC Universal, Bravo, Peacock, come to the front. Y'all know how y'all put that statement out over there when the people was bullying y'all good white boy Colton, y'all little cock Asian Colton, right? But y'all didn't say that about some of the others that was on the show that people saying. Did y'all put a statement out about people coming out here harassing Miss Angel based on the trip that y'all also contributed to making sure it went bad? No, don't. I'm just asking a question. I want y'all to go ahead and type up this same statement y'all put out there. All right, from Mr. Colton over there on the Traders. I go ahead and type the same thing up and put it out there for the lady over here on Potomac, because her business should not be affected because this trip was done very poorly. Okay, you need to tell the fans to scoot back just a little piece. Okay, she may not have gotten it right then, but she could get it right a little later, maybe. Okay, but I'm just asking y'all to go and put that statement out like y'all did other stuff. Okay, let's be fair. Right. Now, speaking of being fair, honey, I guess it's fair for Kelli to go ahead and respond back to Miss Drew. When I tell y'all the girls are fighting, not you call her Drowning Drew. This is insane. She says, Drowning Drew, thank you for the drive-by. While that location is being relocated, our McDonald's restaurant is open. Where is it being relocated to, Kelli? Where is it being relocated to? Is that on your website, the new relocation? Where are you relocating this to? When you do relocate it, I got a feeling you're going to relocate it to a much smaller location, which would make sense, okay? Because, you know, less square footage, the less you pay. Makes sense. She says, yes, the same one where we filmed, and I personally made sure you and your entire family left fed for free. Well, it's no shade, Kelli, but girl, baby, you should have charged her, and we may not be in this situation. She said, I get it. You're scrambling for a storyline. We know you gave nothing all season. Unfortunately, I'm not available. I actually have real life things going on. I agree with Kelli. Kelli really does have real life things going on. I already gave you guys a rundown of what that stuff is for her. So I understand, but something must have just happened for Drew to take her tail down to this lady's restaurant to air her out like that. Even though I had already heard it, because a few of you guys put it down in the comments to let me know, listen, the restaurant ain't even here no more. Okay, it's shut down, and I really feel away because I'm not driving to McDonald's. I'm not driving all the way down there, girl. I'm just not finna, in this ATL traffic, I'll probably have to catch Kelli at like a food festival or something. Because, girl, down there by the Atlantic Station. Because I'm not finna drive down to McDonald's, but I wish her the best while she down there, okay? She says, I get it. You're scrambling for a storyline. We know you gave nothing all season. She goes on at the bottom. So continue with the low-budget movies, unpaid promo tours, and imaginary business ventures. Oh, if you ever plan on opening up an actual business, let me know. I'll consider supporting in real life. Until then, keep my name out that dry mouth of yours. Maybe you can get a man that actually claims you. P.S. This is the weird SHI that Drew does. And when what? Call me next time. Okay? I don't know what she means. She says, and when she put the letter S or something, call me next time. All right? So that is what she's saying. Now she used this promo. You better use this promo, girl, to get them people to come down there to the McDonald's. I know that's right, Kelli. She said this is the weird stuff she does, but I don't understand. See, this is the thing too. If y'all are beefing, unless I see that y'all were not beefing and Drew just did this, then that likely would be weird. But if y'all are beefing, girl, all is fair in love and war, and beef and war too. Okay, so don't come for me and I won't come for you. It's just that simple. Just like you have every right to respond back to her, vice versa. And I'm also noticing that there is not a underline under the Drew Sidora name when Kelli added her. So now I wonder, Drew, do you have Kelli blocked? What y'all got going on over there? Child, listen. That's all I got, okay? That's all I got. I may come down here and check on you a little later, all right? So go ahead. Do what y'all supposed to do. Like up this video, subscribe, share, comment. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, telling my priest to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL. Got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel it pull